What's going on, everybody? Gem Min here. Today we're going to take a look at the Street Fighter Legacy cabinet by Arcade1Up. Before we get started, make sure to subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you don't miss a video, and stay tuned until the end because we got a big giveaway going on for our 125,000 subscriber milestone. We're giving away a Spider-Man premium format exclusive statue by Sideshow, so like I said, hang out to the end and I'll tell you what you got to do. But for now, let's jump into the box. Right out the box, you're going to get the instructions first. Then you're going to see all the pieces that you're going to need to assemble the cabinet. Here goes the side art. Both sides are going to be the same, obviously. So the side art and the back panel comes all bundled together. And then you have just these three boxes. Man, Arcade1Up has been getting very efficient. Now this one does not come with a riser, but nevertheless, three boxes and you're out of there. Here's the heaviest box. This comes with the riser. Here is the front plate of it, and I love the graphics here. That's the thing that I felt this had up on my Generation 1 cabinet, is that's just a regular riser. This one has the logo here with that kind of 90s vibe to it. The black panel with the yellow trim, which is very sharp. And look at the side panels on the riser. I swear I had a pair of sweatpants with the same exact design in the 90s. Very throwback. I love that look, and I think it's a great touch to accentuate the cabinet. So obviously you have two side panels of that. Then you're going to have just a couple of other pieces for the riser, as well as one of the panels that goes behind the cabinet toward the top. So you're going to get that piece in here as well. All right, the next box is going to have the marquee. It's very sharp. Obviously, it matches the design of the side panel and the riser. Got some stuff here. All right, that came right off. And this is a light up marquee like most of the next generation Arcade1Up cabinets. You can see the plug for the power right here. And then we have the dual speakers. So this is another advancement from Generation 1, which had one speaker on the control panel. This will be under the marquee, and it'll give you a much louder and better playing experience as it has the left and right speakers. Got some styrofoam there. All right, then we have the front kick plate, which has the faux coin door. I think it's nice, man. I think it's a nice little touch to make it look authentic, to make it look like a real cabinet. So that's better than having a bunch of games that don't match the artwork of the cab. So I kind of like how they did that. Then, of course, you have the monitor. It does have a different bezel than the Generation 1. So this one looks like it's really just the Street Fighter 2 with the original characters on the front. And here's what the back looks like. You have the plug to go into the control deck. You can plug in the marquee and the audio and the power to the wall. And the last box has the control deck. You take off that piece of acrylic. You're going to have to peel paper off of both sides. But this looks just like the Generation 1 Street Fighter cabinet. Same kind of color scheme and design. That kind of Channel 3 static background. And here goes the bottom of it, covered up. But yep, that's what you get. That's all the pieces. So we're going to assemble this, put it together, and then we're going to fire it up. All right, here we go. Man, that riser looks great all put together. The yellow trim just pops. I love that logo. Capcom, the faux coin door. You got the control panel here. It did have an option for bat tops or ball tops, so I really appreciated that because I like the bat tops. Here we have the side panel artwork going into the marquee. Different design you're going to notice on this one compared to the other ones, and we'll take a closer look at that later. Some pros and some cons. But yeah, the side art, never too fancy on the Street Fighter cabinets. You know, they've never filled up the whole panels, and I always kind of dislike that, but hey, they kept it true to the arcade look. All right, guys, let's go ahead and fire this bad boy up. There we go, marquee lights up. And here we go, the Arcade1Up, but this time it has a little twist. Blanka coming out, electrocuting the logo. Kind of reminds me of Super Nintendo Mortal Kombat where Kentaro would come out. All right, so you guys will notice there are 12 games on this one. Kind of out of order, man. Street Fighter 2, Champion Edition, Turbo. You got the original Street Fighter, Super Street Fighter 2 with Turbo, Darkstalkers, 1944, Final Fight, Commando, Ghosts and Goblins, and Strider. Perfect. You do have a menu button if you hit the second player control where you can change the difficulty and you can turn scan lines on or off. So that is a nice upgrade on this cabinet. Let's go ahead and throw on some Street Fighter. I'm a big fan of the regular Street Fighter 2 and Champion Edition. Once it got into Turbo and Super, I wasn't really as into it, but this is my jam right here. Now, we're going to go ahead and pick my main man, Ken. Now, right away, guys, a couple of things. They changed the layout on the control panel, so your hand sits on this lifted up trim, which is kind of awkward. I don't know why they did that. And right away, I gotta tell you, these gotta be the worst buttons on any Arcade1Up machine that I own. They feel so tough and sticky. You really gotta slam down on them to execute your moves. These buttons definitely gotta get switched out, or I'm gonna catch arthritis pounding on these buttons. But there we go, you see I whooped Chun-Li. Now let's move on over and show you guys a couple of different games. So Darkstalkers, this has a cult following. Personally, I've never played Darkstalkers. That's one of the reasons why I really wanted this cab, because I never played the game. I'm familiar with some of the characters from Marvel vs. Capcom, like Felicia or Morgan. But yeah, never played this one, so this was a bonus for me here. And again, it's Capcom. It feels like Street Fighter. It feels like it belongs on the cabinet. Here's the cast of characters. I think the Mummy character was in Marvel vs. Capcom 2 as well, right? And there's Felicia. And then Morgan over here. So right away, this game feels like a little bit like Street Fighter Alpha. Like playing as Morgan feels like you're playing as Rose. Again, kind of difficult to execute the moves with these buttons. I mean, the joysticks feel good, and that was a downside on my Generation 1 cabinet. The defensive crouch didn't really work well. So that works good here, but these buttons, man. I love how they have Street Fighter 1 on here, and a lot of people hate this game. They say it's too hard or it's impossible to pull off moves. Yo, I'm actually pretty good at this game. You're gonna see here, I'm gonna bust out some fireballs, some dragon punches, some hurricane kicks. Watch, here we go. Boom. You kind of have to like press punch and rotate quarter circle forward and release punch once you complete the quarter circle move. It's weird how you gotta execute the moves here, but I can do them pretty consecutively. Let's go to round 2 real quick. I'll show you what I'm talking about. I actually like this game. The controls are terrible, but it's so hard to pull off that when you pull it off, it's so rewarding. Here you go. Boom. All right, here's another problem, guys. The design is different than Generation 1. If you're standing, I'm 5'11", and you're playing this game, this is how you see the screen. It's gonna cut off some of the top. You kind of have to stand back and bend over. Really, it's designed to play this while sitting on a stool. So that's kind of another downside on this cabinet. But another reason why I wanted to buy this, I've been so tempted to buy the Final Fight cabinet. I've always liked Final Fight as a kid. Like, when you started seeing characters merge from one franchise to the other and it just felt like everything was connected, I've always liked that. And like I said, I've always been tempted to get the Final Fight cabinet, but it just didn't really feel worth it to me. So the fact that Darkstalkers and Final Fight was on this cab was another no-brainer. Like, I'm gonna get the Legacy Edition. Definitely one of the best beat-em-ups of all time. Great game, big sprites, crazy slam moves like that, and 3 characters to choose from. Now, I mentioned the design is different and the cab is a little bit shorter too, so the control deck is down a little bit and the marquee is a little bit lower. Now, the side art panels, the way that they rise up in the front, make it equally as tall to the other cabinets, but I'm not really feeling the change on the design here, man. Like, all my cabinets go together, and now this one kind of stands out like a sore thumb. Now, I have these 3 cabinets up here in the game room, but I'll show you downstairs where I have some more. But that Marvel Superheroes got the best buttons in the game. Love the MVC buttons. These buttons are terrible. So tough, and they feel cheap. They feel like very sticky. Anyway, the 3 latest ones with the light up marquee here, besides NBA Jam, which I'll show you guys downstairs. The colors pop. I mean, I have a comic book room, so I love having all the artwork on these panels. So there we go. Let's go downstairs real quick. So I have Ninja Turtles with the Generation 1 Street Fighter with NBA Jam. I really like the Generation 1 design. Besides the speakers, you know, I kind of like the non-lit marquee. These control decks look cool, but you can see so much like dust and fingerprints on them with the light function there. These buttons are so much better with the ball tops here, which, like I said, you can't switch out on the Legacy cab. And yeah, it has the 3 games on it for the Street Fighter 1, but the plain riser, like I mentioned. And I know you can get custom graphics and everything, but, you know. And then we have Mortal Kombat over here. Now, I think the Mortal Kombat cab is perfect. It has just the 3 games. I like the marquee. The buttons feel good. The sticks feel good. The side art is perfect. And I just don't feel like the Legacy cab offered anything different to really make me want to upgrade this. Like, if it had different side art like MK1 or UMK3, then I would have considered it. Man, if they would have threw Mortal Kombat 4 or Shaolin Monks or Sub-Zero Mythologies or something, I might have upgraded to that Mortal Kombat Legacy cab, but I'm definitely going to stick with this one, man. It's just fine. See, I like how the Street Fighter cab included additional Street Fighter games, plus other Capcom games that kind of fell into the lore with Street Fighter, like Final Fight, with Darkstalkers, and so on. So I felt like it was worth upgrading for the Street Fighter Legacy cabinet. But let me hear your thoughts below. Like I said, make sure to subscribe to the channel, hit that bell, and we're giving away this Spider-Man statue at 125,000 subscribers. All you got to do is be subscribed and leave a comment on this video and any other video where I promoted the giveaway. Once we hit the milestone, we'll do our regular Sunday live stream, pick a random video where the giveaway was promoted, and use a random YouTube comment generator to draw a worldwide winner. That's all I got for you guys today. Check out my playlist for my other Arcade1Up reviews, plus my statue reviews, omnibus hauls, and new comic book day reviews. Thanks for watching. Stay minty fresh. Peace.